Okay, what I want to show you today is how to cast on so that you have stitches on both needles and your project will be closed in the middle. This is for the top of mittens or for the toe of socks. And so I have two sets of double pointed needles. I'm using a wooden pair and a metal pair so you can see the difference. And I've made a slip knot, and so I have my yarn with the short tail on one side here out and the long tail on this side. And I'm going to pick it up between my fingers so that I have the long tail, the part that's attached to the ball of yarn, over my thumb, and the short tail over my index finger. And so when I have it held like this, then I'm just going to swivel around and pick up a loop from my index finger on the needle at the bottom, or in my case the metal needle, and then I'm going to swing around with my thumb and put a stitch on the wooden needle or the topmost needle. And then I'm going to do that again. So now you can see I have 2 stitches on each needle, and in this case I'm going to put 10 stitches on each needle. So the process is just a repeat of that, swinging around with each finger, but the thumb's always goes around the topmost needle, and the index finger always goes around the bottom needle. And you can get pretty fast at this once you get going. So let's see what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 on each. 8, 9, and 10. And now, whoops, I lost my 10th stitch. Now I have the long tail coming out to the bottom. The short tail we're just going to ignore for a minute, and we're going to take the wooden needle and pull it up so that those stitches are just on the flexible portion of it. We're going to take the other end of the metal needle, that's kind of long, keeping that just held down in your fingers here until we get it secured. And you're going to knit through that first row. And here, that first stitch is going to be a little bit loose until we're on like row 2. But you'll knit through all the stitches on needle 1, which was the bottommost needle when we were casting on. And when you get to the end of the row, you're going to pull needle 1. Now that goes to the bottom. You're going to pull that to the flexible portion, and you're going to take needle 2, your wooden needle, and pull that down. You would be doing this on, it really works nicely with 2 metal needles, but it's easier to see what we're doing with different needles. And we'll knit that second row. That's this is the stitch, the slip knot stitch, the first stitch on needle 2. And if this was the top of a knit mitten or the toe of a sock, at this point, when you finish this first row, your next row would probably be in a row where you'd be using the make 1 in order to increase on either side of the end point to make a nice banded toe or mitten top. But I'll show you where we are here when we get down to the end of this row. That's our very first row. If we pull them both up, you can see that we have a closed top, and it looks a lot like a knit stitch. It's twisted knit, but at least it is nicer than doing a grafting stitch, which maybe you've done before. I never had a lot of luck doing a nicely even grafting stitch. And that's how you do this cast on. Thanks for watching.